Reading the Soul Calibur 6 Combat Lessons so you don't have to. Part 2. Beginner Lessons 1 to 4. Now, just a side note before we begin, all explanations and examples are based on the default button settings. Lesson 1. Movement in the 8-way run. Square 1. Positioning yourself with the 8-way run. Use the D-pad to move around freely and take your preferred fighting distance. The 8-way run is also useful for getting out of dangerous situations, such as having your back to cliffs or walls. Square 2. Move short distances by stepping. Tap any direction on the D-pad once to perform a short step, from which you can easily transition into another move. Square 3. Try the tutorial missions. The tutorial missions in Mission Libra of Soul teach you the basics of combat. Use them to practice the 8-way run if you're having trouble. So, do you see, my son? The key to any fight is movement. Be it to attack or to evade, you must adjust your position accordingly. Be ready to move at any moment, and then, when you see the opportunity, move to an advantageous spot. Do not forget this. Of greater importance, though, is the ability to apologize for one's mistakes. Head to your mother and those you have argued with, and show contrition at once. Frederick Stauffen, 16th century Imperial Knight. Lesson 2. Attacking. Square 1. Vary your attacks. Attack your opponent with A, B, or K. You can also simultaneously press A plus B or B plus K to unleash powerful attacks. Combine either with the D-pad to change the type of attack as well. Square 2. Learn combos. While there is variation across all fighting styles, AAA, forward AA, BBB, and forward BB unleash combos. While practicing, get into the habit of pressing the buttons one at a time instead of simply mashing them. This may be tricky to do at first, but take your time, you'll eventually get used to it. Square 3. Check your main moves in the move list. Go to the pause menu during a battle to access the move list for each fighting style. There may be a lot, but you don't need to use all of them. For the time being, concentrate on the main moves. Eventually, you'll be able to add more moves to your arsenal, a sign you're making progress. What matters to you most? Your life? Your honor? Whatever you treasure, the only thing that will protect you in a pinch is your ability to fight. In other words, the thing that should matter to you most is getting back to your training. Johann Dürer, Captain of the Citadel Guard. Lesson 3. Different types of attacks. Square 1. Horizontal and vertical attacks. Pressing the A button performs a horizontal attack, which is great for hitting an opponent while they're using the 8-way run. Pressing the B button performs a vertical strike, not great at hitting a sidestepping opponent, but powerful. Pressing K and combination button moves may unleash either vertical or horizontal attacks. Square 2. 3 attack heights. High attacks can be blocked with a standing guard and go over the heads of crouching opponents. Middle attacks can be blocked with a standing guard and cannot be blocked with a crouching one. Low attacks cannot be blocked with a standing guard, but can be blocked with a crouching one. Square 3. Other factors to consider. Each attack has varying speed, reach, and power. They also vary in how easy they are to evade and how much they leave you open to attack. Even moves that may seem difficult to use at first can prove helpful. Figuring out how is part of the fun. To those without purpose, I reach out to you. Doubts may rack you. Who am I? Why do I fight? Why do I live? But fear not. Cast your eyes over this text. Learn the skills described within, and doubt yourself no more. Taken from a pamphlet, found squashed in between the pages of a 15th century book of sword techniques. Lesson 4. Guarding. Square 1, which is also named guarding. Press and hold G to guard, which protects you from attacks. Release the button to drop your guard. It is your primary defensive technique, so you might want to try holding it whenever you're not moving or attacking. Be careful though. Guarding too much might result in your guard being crushed, leaving you open. Finally, it's often quite effective to attack immediately after blocking. Square 2. The Standing Guard. Press and hold G while standing to perform a standing guard, which blocks high and middle attacks, but not low ones. Middle attacks are particularly powerful in this game, so the standing guard is an invaluable tool to defend against them. Square 3. The Crouching Guard. Press and hold down while holding G to perform a crouching guard. You can evade high attacks and block low ones, but mid attacks will hit. If you think your opponent will throw you or attack low, quickly perform a crouching guard. Additionally, you can use this move to evade a high attack in your opponent's combo. As a youth in pursuit of strength, I gave my all to offense. Now, as grey adorns my locks, I think anew. Perhaps defense was worth my time too. An elderly, one-armed swordsman. And that's it for part 1 of the beginner lessons. Join me next time for part 2, where we cover critical edges and reversal edges. Peace out.